dearest, how hard it is for you. I cannot satisfy your curiosity about my people and my home. Your little heart is wounded. Think me not cruel because I obey the irresistible law of my strength and weakness. If your dear heart is wounded, my wild heart bleeds with yours. In the rapture of my enormous humiliation, I live in your warm life, and you shall die, sweetly die, into mine. I cannot help it. As I draw near to you, you in your turn will draw near to others, and learn the rapture of that cruelty, which yet is love. So for a while seek to know no more of me and mine, but trust me with all your loving spirit. Let me embrace you. Let me kiss your cheek. Do not pull away. Let my words be a lullaby in your ear. Let me soothe you. Give me your hand. Let me gaze into your face. Cannot you see how I blush for you, how my eyes burn for you, how my heart beats for you, how my breath comes hard for you? Come to me. Let me cover your cheek in kisses. You are mine. You shall be mine. You and I are one forever. I throw myself back in my chair, with my hands over my eyes, while you tremble. You know the wanderer who crosses the drawbridge into the courtyard. A hunchback with lean features and a broad smile, colourful clothes and straps to carry his wares, a magic lantern, a salamander, a mandrake, startling monsters made of the dry pieces of monkeys, parrots, squirrels, fish and hedgehogs, stitched together with great neatness. A fiddle, a box of conjuring apparatus, a pair of foils and masks. His rough, spare dog stops short at the drawbridge and begins to howl. He stands in the middle of the courtyard, raises his grotesque hat, and bows, pays compliments in bad German and worse French. He plays his fiddle, sings out of tune. His ludicrous dancing makes you laugh. Then he comes to the window with many smiles, his hat in his hand, his fiddle under his arm. And without taking a breath, he gabbles a long advertisement of all his accomplishments, the various arts which he places at our service, the curiosities and the entertainments which it is in his power, at our bidding, to display. He asks, will our ladyships be pleased to buy an amulet against the oupure, which is going like the wolf through these woods? He says to you. He drops his hat on the pavement. They are dying of it right and left. There is a charm that never fails, only pinned to the pillow, and we may laugh in his face. The charms consist of oblong slips of vellum, with cabalistic ciphers and diagrams upon them. I instantly purchase one, and so do you. He is looking up at us with his piercing black eye, and becomes curious. In an instant he unrolls a leather case full of all manner of odd little steel instruments. See here, my lady, again to you. I profess, among other things less useful, the art of dentistry. Plague take the dog! Silence, beast! He howls so that your ladyships can scarcely hear a word. Your noble friend, the young lady, has the sharpest tooth. Long, thin, pointed, like an awl, like a needle. Now, if it happens to hurt the young lady, and I think it must, here am I, here are my tools, I will make it round and blunt, if her ladyship pleases, no longer the tooth of a fish, but of a beautiful young lady as she is. Eh? Is the young lady displeased? Have I been too bold? Have I offended her? I am indeed very angry. A fish, indeed. I draw back from the window. How dares this mountebank insult us so? Where is your father? I shall demand redress from him. My father would have had the wretch tied to the pump, and flogged with a cart-whip, and burnt to the bones with the cattle brand. Your father is out of spirits that evening. A young woman on his estate is very ill. She has been attacked, and is now slowly but steadily sinking. He says these poor people infect one another with their superstitions. But that is what frightens one horribly. I am so afraid of fancying I see such things. I think it would be as bad as reality. He says we are in God's hands, nothing can happen without His permission, and all will end well for those of us who love Him. He is our faithful Creator. He has made us all, and will take care of us. Creator? Nature, I say. This disease is natural. All things proceed from nature, don't they? All things in the heaven, in the earth, and under the earth act and live as nature ordains. I think so. He pauses. The doctor will come today, he says. Doctors never did me any good, I tell him. I look into your eyes, pass my arm around your waist lovingly, lead you out of the room. Why does your papa like to frighten us? I sigh and shudder. You protest. Are you afraid, dearest, of being attacked like those poor people? Are you afraid to die? You think everyone is. But to die as lovers may, to die together, so that they may live together, don't you see? Girls are caterpillars while they live in the world, to be finally butterflies when the summer comes.